If this happens to you every time you boil lasagna sheets that they just weld into one solid clump, then no one can blame you if you reach for those no-boil, oven-ready lasagna sheets. But that tends to create another problem, and that problem is harder to pick until the dish has already finished baking in the oven. So here's the test. We're taking a look at the same dish, my chicken lasagna with spinach and bechamel sauce. And this dish will be prepared the exact way. Side by side, same pan, same sauce, same bake. But what changes is the lasagna sheet. One of the dishes will be baked with boiled sheets of lasagna. And I'll show you how to cook it well so they don't stick either. And yes, no oil is needed to make a proper bowl of pasta. The second dish should be made with the no-boil lasagna sheets. The two boxes are the same product. No boil and oven ready are just two labels. The real difference, boiled sheets are a bit thicker and the second tends to weld them together. So I pull them out one at a time and I never stack them on wet. Instead, what you want is to pad out the extra moisture through the use of moist paper towels. By the way, if paper towel ends up sticking to your lasagna sheets, don't peel it because it's going to leave the paper on the sheet. Instead, moisten the dried paper towel and then you can easily peel it off without any residue. Now, one thing that's working really well in the favor of these no-boil or oven-ready lasagna sheets is I'm using a bechamel sauce, and that's really helpful to give these dried no-boil sheets enough hydration so they can soften up. But one thing about these no-boil sheets is they're a bit different in property to the lasagnas that you have to cook ahead of time. They're actually gelatinized so that they make the absorption process of the moisture a bit easier, so they can end up being not crispy. They end up softening up like a lasagna or a pasta should be. And the way it's made is to just make that absorption of the sauce faster. It'll absorb more sauce because it has to go from crisp dry to al dente like pasta should be, as opposed to regular pasta that you're helping by boiling ahead of time. So if the no boil sheet still comes out chalky and crispy, that tells you a lot. Again, for the second casserole, the same fillings, the same sauce, but this time the sheets go in straight from the box, dry. Of course, you always want to stack and layer and break the sheets to fit your casserole so you have maximum coverage, whether it be the case of the boiled lasagna sheets or the no boil variety. Now, one fun fact is I've actually always just passed by these no boil lasagnas. Today, in my entire cooking journey, always just stumbled across, however many years that is, maybe 20 plus years, I have never used it, which is great for a true first impressions. So stick around when we start slicing into the baked chicken lasagnas. So they're done now. So we'll slice into it and see how each of these hold up structurally, flavor-wise, and everything else that goes with it. I think this one right here, because it's squiggly on the side, this one here is the one where we boil the lasagna. Now, before you start slicing to serve, you have to make sure you let it sit, of course, but full tips on the actual lasagna and tips about cooking lasagna will all be found in my shorts, in my full video, so make sure you check that out. This should be good to lift now. Nice thin spatula, slice right in. And now, of course, the no bake sheet. Same thing here. I can slice it easily, which means there was enough moisture and hydration to cook those hard no cook lasagna sheets. And honestly, it feels a lot like cutting the lasagna where I cooked the noodles. Like the texture right now, without eating it, is essentially the same. But let's see if it holds up, because I did have to break it into much smaller pieces, as you saw, because they're pretty hard to fill all those gaps we need to create a nice layer of lasagna. If somebody ever asks you what's the key to a good lasagna, it's the layers. Because you can have all the ingredients prepared right, but if you layer it wrong, you're gonna miss the boat. Okay, slide it in. Honestly, so this one here is the one where we cooked the pasta, and let's just give it a quick taste. I mean, no surprises here, it's pretty good. Tastes just the same as when I last made it. But now let's see if the no boil ones give me that same nostalgic taste. You can see the noodles are cooked, they're bendy. There is the tiniest of difference. I'll show you right now. If you look over here, I think I've bit into a crispy part just like this up here. You see here, that little edge of noodle most likely did not get moisture, the hydration that the other parts of the lasagna got. So as a result, this is still raw and crispy like it was when it was raw before baking. Of course, it could be because of something that I did wrong. Maybe I could have added more hydration, maybe I could have covered it. But point being, and while it is more convenient, I guess you just have to put an ounce more of thought to really double check. Wait, did I put enough moisture and hydration to make sure that every little bit of noodle gets cooked and it's not crispy? Because we're not having nachos here, right? Or fried raviolis. Because that crispy pasta that's uncooked wasn't pleasant. I thought I'd chip a tooth. Well, you know, a reaction, but you see my point. And my wife actually brought up a great point. She actually is very good with like the theoretical part of cooking. And she was like, well, you can't be as forgiving with your filling, your sauce when it comes to using no boil lasagna sheets. Because if you mess up the filling and it's too dry, you don't make enough sauce, so your lasagna is under-sauced as you start layering it, well, that's gonna affect the whole dish as compared to lasagna that you've already cooked and you're just baking, because you won't get those crispiness. If you do, it'll be the good crispiness, like when you make baked spaghetti or something, where the noodles get nice and chewy, not raw, not crispy. I used a bechamel here, and as I said at the start, that's a great sauce to use for these no boil lasagna sheets. So here's the rule for any sauce. It isn't what's in it, it's how much loose liquid it has to hydrate the pasta. Marinara is fine. 15 minutes on the heat and it's still saucy. The bolognese though is the one to watch. If it's too thick, it won't give the noodles enough moisture for the pasta to cook throughout. On these dry sheets, and that's what's gonna give you that chalky, crispy, uncooked pasta if you don't get that hydration that's needed. Which is exactly why the classic lasagna alla bolognese layers the meat sauce with bechamel. And the bechamel is helping with that extra moisture. Skip it and you need to loosen your sauce, which kind of takes away from the meaty heftiness of a nice bolognese sauce. Or if you want to use just bolognese, no bechamel, then just put extra sauce because you need that moisture. You can check out both of these sauces linked down below on my channel. Same lasagna, same sauce, same oven. The only thing that changed is the lasagna sheet. And if this saves you from serving a chalky or crispy lasagna, then hit subscribe. It's always fun to try these kitchen shortcuts and do these head-to-heads. And if this helps you, then stick around and give me your next head-to-head, something that you've struggled with, and I'll be sure to put that on the content calendar. Until then, I'll see you on the next one.